Hey, good afternoon, guys. We're going to go through a few different warning screens that you may see on your monitor. As I previously said, this monitor is designed, the system is designed to help you diagnose a potential problem or a potential dangerous situation. So we're just going to go through them one by one. These are the possibilities that you may see flash up on your monitor. Keep in mind, all of them have a minimum of a 1 second acknowledgement, so you're going to have to hit the button for a minimum of 1 second before it will clear off. There are some of them, such as the shorted wing wire or voltage collapse, that will require you to power the monitor off, bring it back up to power in order to clear it out. So we'll go back through them one by one here. The first one is going to be an RPM warning. Low RPM. Once again, this can cause heating of the generator. Continual usage of that will cause overheating, will cause you a 2-minute shutdown, not recommended. So every time we drop below 1500 RPM, this screen will pop up. You will acknowledge it. It'll take you back to your weed selection. We'll try to encourage you to drop your voltage, drop your horsepower requirement, and go on with life. Next one is in other words, we have a loose connection inside of the aluminum panel. Call me, I'll talk you through that. This is very rare, but this is a computer, so it can happen. The next one will be a hot generator. This is the first of 2 screens. It gives you individual instructions. Stay in the seat, wings on the ground, generator RPMs, generator RPMs, generator RPMs over 1500. Can't idle the tractor down. Don't worry, it's not going to cost you that much fuel. I need airflow to cool that generator off. It's a 2-minute process. This is the second one of those screens. You can see the 120-second countdown. This would be counting down if we were in a running scenario. As long as you're in the seat, as long as the wings are on the ground, and as long as the RPM is up over 1500, this is going to count down. This is a high temp error. In other words, we had something come unplugged. Call me and I'll talk you through this. There's also a video online called Hot Generator where I talk you through it on YouTube there and point at the exact problem spots. This is a seat switch test. It's random in nature. Ever so often we shut that off and ask you to get up and make sure that we don't have a seat switch that may be faulty, as this can be a life-threatening deal. So stand up off of it for 5 seconds, sit back down, go back to work. It just happens periodically. This is a high RPM. In other words, the generator is running over 1950 RPM. Anything over 2100, the generator comes apart. You come see me and hand me a bunch of money. Bad idea. Pay attention to this one. This would take about 1200 PTO RPM. The system is designed to make it very, very difficult for you to do this on. On some of the old international tractors, it was possible. This is on a system that was built prior to, or had a build date prior to 2019 December 31st. Anything after that was built or produced after December 31st, 2019 would not have a large breaker. Located on the left-hand side of the unit on the generator itself. Been through that one. Okay, this is the first temperature warning. This is 180 degree. If you get to the end of the field and you stop zapping, you turn around, your generator must be below 180 degrees before we allow you to start again. This is done so that you don't have to stop in the middle of the field and allow it to cool off and then have a chance of having a skip in your field. So we want you to cool it off at the end row. This is a 205 degree temperature warning. The monitor will beep at you continuously at this point. Once this number makes it up to 215 degrees, we will force a shutdown. It's a 120-second cool down period. If you see this 205, do yourself a favor and raise that bar up, or you're getting ready to have a 2-minute shutdown. Raise your bar up, lower the amount of amps being pulled, watch your amp graph as discussed in previous videos. This is a shorted wing wire. This was something that we had issues with in the 2019 season. All machines shipped out after September 1st, 2019 would have had the new style Liquid-Tight with the new cables in them. The cables were twice the insulation, and the Liquid-Tight did not have steel inside of it. This is a learning curve on our behalf. We have the updates available for anyone who bought a machine prior to that at a very, very discounted rate just to cover our cost. This will require power on monitor to be cycled in order to clear it. You have seen this on the other videos. This happens only if you forget and raise your wings prior to hitting the red stop button on the monitor. A standard operating procedure: hit the stop button, then you raise your wings up. If you don't, you drag a flame on the bottom of the coulter. In the midst of all the dry debris laying on the ground, you catch your field on fire. This is the amperage shutdown. Keep in mind, the amperage shutdown is only caused due to overloading of the system, which may lower the kill rate that you may see. Guys who typically see a lot of weeds that, and this is not typical, but if you run too fast and you're overloading the system, you may see weeds that are only killed down to maybe like a foot within the ground or something, instead of killing the root system at all. We can't overload the system. Keep an eye on that amperage overload. This is the small breaker warning. This is located inside the aluminum panel. It is the same on both the 2019 and the 2020. So anything built prior to December 31st, 2019, or anything built after January 1st, 2020 would have this. This is a manual override. This is provided, information is provided for me. It's only one side of it, so we still have safeties in place and used for diagnostic only. If I would have to tell you how to get into this, it's for tech or for diagnostic purposes only. So I'm not going to tell you how to do that right here because you don't have a problem with your machine, obviously. This is the second of that. We only do one function at a time to make sure that we're keeping you safe. Once again, this is for diagnostic purposes only. So that concludes all that we have there. Just keep in mind, all of these screens are made to keep you safe, and keep in mind that we want to keep you running. We want to help you diagnose so it's not a frustration for you. Thanks and have a good day. God bless.